So as we were going for a job, and this policeman stopped me, collected my phone and was searching, whereby Inspector General of Police have said it on Twitter. Why? Why will you break it? What did I do to you? What did I do to you? What did I do to you? The Inspector General of Police have said you should not search our phones. Why are you searching my phone? Why are you searching my phone? The Inspector General of Police have said they should not search phones. Why are you searching my phone? Why are you searching my phone, sir?
All right, welcome back. Yeah, so we'll be focusing on what part of what you just saw, that particular clip. And we're joined now by Mr. Hundeyin, who is the Police Public Relations Officer for Lagos. Good morning, and thank you for joining us on the program today. Well, that...
Good morning, and thank you for having me.
Yeah, that particular clip, I mean, I know many will tell you that is their regular, almost on a regular basis. They see those kind of narratives. They know people who experience these kind of scenarios. But the good thing is the police authorities are looking into this. So at the moment, what is the latest situation about that?
Okay, in this particular case, I got wind of it on Wednesday, and I ordered for the boy to report at the headquarters on Thursday. That's the very next day, which he did. And after I listened to him and established that he actually misbehaved, he was handed over to the provost department. He's been there, but we got instructions from, or directives from the force headquarters that he should be transferred to Abuja. So he has been transferred to Abuja.
Well, that's very interesting to hear, Mr. Hundeyin. I see that, of course, you are very, very active on, social media, and quite a number of people have taken you up on that particular issue. Starting from there, as Chairman has said, what's the normal thing to expect would happen? When are we likely to hear back about this young man so it can serve as a deterrent to other officers of his ilk?
Okay, for this particular case, further updates would actually come from the force headquarters. So I'm also waiting for the Force Public Relations Officer, CSP Muyiwa Adejobi, to give us updates so that I can equally share that update. So we can't really say anything further until the disciplinary process has been concluded in Abuja.
Well, clearly this is an exception that had to go to Abuja. Are there other such cases you've heard within the past maybe 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, or thereabout?
Yes, we get reports of officers' misconduct every now and then. So the week that just passed, I think that is the only one in Lagos. But, I'm always on social media, so I see complaints from other parts of the country. But for Lagos, that was the only one we got in the past week.
Deterrence. Whatever it is, the disciplinary measures that sometimes come on these officers, because it would seem from some of the interactions you've heard with Lagosians in particular on social media, it would seem like some areas are well known for such activities. Some police officers just don't seem to get the memo, and it seems to just go on and on.
Well, talking about memo, every police officer knows what's happening, because the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State, CP Abiodun Alabi, holds regular meetings with area commanders, and he directs these area commanders to in turn pass the same message to the DPOs working under them, and the DPOs to pass the same to the boys working under them. So no police officer can claim ignorance. Everybody is updated on the latest happenings. And the Commissioner of Police in Lagos State has actually made moves to ensure that officers don't misbehave. I know for certain that when complaints were getting too many from FESTAC, you know, we got complaints that, oh, FESTAC policemen always harass young men, always harass young men. So the Commissioner of Police took a very decisive step by moving like 90–95% of officers serving in FESTAC out of FESTAC and brought officers from other parts of Lagos to FESTAC to ensure that there is a new set of people there, and they are not people that have been working together for a long time who are now who have now mastered the art of misbehavior. So it brought people from different parts. So we keep doing this to serve as deterrence, and the Provost Department, like we have, we keep sending people there when they misbehave. So these things are going on, and other police officers are learning from it. They get to know that, oh, that guy the other day, see what happened to him. Just 2 weeks ago, an inspector of police was actually demoted to a sergeant, and the news traveled wide within the police circle. So it's serving as deterrence. And as,
if it is,
keep getting cases.
My apologies for butting in. If it is a strong enough deterrence, it's amazing that the young man, the police officer, heard this young man that he was harassing say repeatedly, the Inspector General of Police has said, the Inspector General of Police has said, and it would seem like it was just falling on the deaf ears of this policeman. So if the policeman got the memo, I'm wondering, would that be an effrontery, or is just like maybe he didn't get the memo, or he just didn't care?
So, like I said earlier, every policeman is updated on the latest happening. So for those few that choose to be recalcitrant, they'll pay dearly for it. So in his own case, his trial would start, and he's going to explain why he did what he did. But every policeman gets the memo. Let me use it the way you've been using this. Every policeman gets the memo.
So what is it that one is to expect if a policeman stops you on the streets? Maybe you're driving.
If a policeman?
Yeah, when you're driving and a policeman or policeman stop you, what is the standard operating procedure?
See, the law empowers a police officer to stop you. The law empowers the police officer to conduct search if he has reasonable suspicion that something is not right. So saying what to expect might not actually, there's no hard and fast rule towards it. So a police officer stops you, asks you to wind down your glasses, and he can just wave you past to go. A police officer stops you, looks into the car, and asks you to park. A police officer stops you and actually asks you to bring your driver's license just to confirm if it's you, or your vehicle papers, or open your boot. So there's no hard and fast rule. But based on reasonable suspicion, a police officer is empowered to ask questions. Because in time past, and it still happens, these questions have helped us unravel cases of stolen vehicle. Just 3 days ago, I did a press release where police officers stopped a car, and the driver just zoomed off, ran away, went into a side street, and by the time the police would give chase and get into that side street, all the occupants had disappeared. It turned out to be a suspected stolen vehicle. So there's no hard and fast rule, but a police officer has the power to actually stop and ask questions as he deems fit in that particular situation.
So are they allowed to dip their hands into your pockets, or take your bag, turn everything in your bag upside down, take your phone, scroll through your phone? Are those ones allowed?
I'll talk about phone. You are not allowed to go through anybody's phone. That's invasion of someone's privacy. But search, if I'm conducting a search on you, definitely have to look into your pockets. It's fine if you want to bring out the contents of your pockets yourself. It's fine if you want to bring out the contents of your bag yourself. But yes, if I have reasonable suspicion, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do a press statement anytime from now this week. I'm still preparing it. But in Abuja, just a few days back, this happened. Stop. Can I see what's in your bag? It turned out to be a Beretta pistol. So these things happen, and we're allowed to search your person and your bag, but not your phone.
So what is the reporting line? Because there are several cases that people just find it difficult to report. For instance, if they're driving along the roads or some sort of scuffle ensues between themselves and the police, they don't have any evidence. How do they report such matters?
Well, there are so many reporting lines. I like to say, the more the merrier. Yes, many people have chosen to report to the complaint response unit, CRU. Many people choose to complain to the PRO directly. Many people choose to go to the nearest division and talk to the DPO. And that's why I published the phone numbers of all DPOs and area commanders. So there are so many complaint lines. And on our social media handle, I put our complaint lines in Lagos State to there. And the control room number in case of emergencies only. I also tweet that every now and then. So there are so many complaint lines. But if such things happen, I encourage people to try to call. If they have the number of the DPO in that area, they should call him first because he is closer to them. He is on the ground and he can quickly wade into the matter. So we have so many complaint lines and every one of them is functional.
All right, Mr. Ndai, I couldn't follow up on the fact that why is it most times it's men of the police force who they've closed the night shift, they are supposed to be on their way home. They're the ones who just stop on the road and do the search. But I guess we'll look into some of these matters and wait for the feedback, as you've said, will come from Abuja. Thank you very much indeed for your time today.
Thank you.
We're back in a moment, everybody. Stay with us.